Alright. Hey guys, my name is Shelly, as most of you know. Been going through cancer stuff for like, I don't know, almost 15 years. February it'll be 15 years. And my husband talked me into starting a YouTube channel and a vlog of just the things that I've gone through and what I'm going through. More so, I don't know, of what I'm going through right now, because it's a lot to type out. I didn't really want to type all of this stuff out and then try to read it and make sure everything was all there, and so I'm doing videos. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, so as most of you know, I had a bone marrow biopsy done in October. Due to the fact that I'd had a blood yeast infection over the summer and was trying to heal up from that, and then my counts just weren't coming back up the way they were supposed to. So my primary oncologist, who's Dr. Powers at University of Kansas Hospital in Overland Park, up in Kansas City, he did ordered a bone marrow biopsy. It came back as a word that's like this long, and it's called myelodysplastic syndrome, and it's spelled really weird and whatever, but they just call it MDS. It's completely treatment related, so that means the chemos that I've had over the last 15 years have somehow caused this, which apparently it's not uncommon with some of the chemos I've had, and in later videos I'll talk more about that. But it just basically means that my bone marrow is shutting down. Just quit working. You have kind of three factory lines, if you will, to put it in layman's terms. One makes your white count, your white blood cells, which fight infection. One makes your hemoglobin, which is your red blood cells, and it carries oxygen to your organs and all of that. And then your platelets, which help clot and has water, and I don't know all the technical terms, but that's just how it's basically explained to me. And those are they're shutting down. They're not producing the cells like they're supposed to. And at first we didn't think that I was going to be a candidate. The only way to cure MDS is to have a bone marrow or stem cell transplant, which they're pretty much the same thing. It's just how they're harvested. One they'll do almost like you're doing plasma. They'll stick you with a needle, pull your blood out, send it through the centrifuge, pull out what they want, and then they give you the blood back in the other arm. The other way is they actually knock you out, take a needle that's like this long and hollow, stick it in your hip. Yeah, that's how they do a biopsy too, which is so much fun, and you can't hardly walk for a couple days. But anyway, in talking with the doctors and meeting with the bone marrow transplant team and meeting with an MDS doctor up at KU, I am a candidate. We've already started the process to begin the process to a transplant. It takes time, and it takes a lot of work by a lot of people and a lot of computers and just everything. And that is possibly going to happen in January. It just depends on when they find my match. When they find my match, then we start the whole process, because you have to, as the receiver, I'll have like full body radiation. I get this really nasty chemo that they just take you down to zero, as far as you can go to zero. And then when the donor has donated their stem cells or their bone marrow, then it's like a transfusion. They just shoot you up with it, and you start at day 0, and then your body absorbs the stuff, and just goes on. And that's like 100+ day process once they start the transplant. Until then, I'll be having some shots done with a drug called Vidasa, which is the chemoimmunotherapy drug, and it's to help the bone marrow work. My doctors are super optimistic, which makes me happy. They seem to think that this transplant is what I need. And of course, it's what I need. And the good news is that my CT scan, the tumors in my lungs have shown that it's still stable. Because that's the problem with trying to treat MDS in any trial or anything like that. You can't have an underlying disease, which I have an underlying disease called synovial cell sarcoma. So it's just kind of a pain in the butt. And the MDS takes center stage and front seat to everything else that's going on. But the other good thing is my doctor, Dr. Powers, went to an international sarcoma convention in Portugal a couple weeks ago. And while he was there, he kind of was talking to some people and found out that there's a woman, I don't know where she's from, how old she is, what her whole story is, but she's pretty much gone through synovial cell the same as me, had it multiple times, done a bunch of different chemos, has it in her lungs, and came down with MDS, treatment MDS, and she had a transplant about 1.5 years ago, and she's doing really well. So that gives us a little bit of hope and kind of makes me excited because synovial cell is a very rare disease, and then everything I've gone through with it makes it even more rare. And so to find out there's somebody out there like myself makes me really happy, because there are a lot of times I feel like I'm the only one, and to know that I'm not the only one, that's super cool. Not cool that somebody else has gone through what I've gone through, but cool in the fact that I'm just not the only one. That's really kind of it. If you guys have any questions, you're welcome to put them in the comments or message me or whatever. I'm going to do more videos. I'm going to try and make this a weekly thing. And then once I start the whole transplant process, I want to do maybe not a daily video, but I'm going to try and do a weekly video, but maybe like when I go visit the doctor, do like a little quick thing and, you know, kind of put it together and make it something cool, because I don't think there's really anything out there like this that talks about, for sure, that talks about synovial cell and that talks about MDS. So it's just going to be a slow process moving forward, and you'll have to bear with me, hopefully. Keep everybody on board, and who knows, maybe this will help somebody else one day and all that. And I will take all the prayers, happy thoughts, good vibes, whatever you want to call it. I'll take it all. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.